Oh, so crazed, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Oh, so crazed, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.
everyone, and welcome to Boulevard Bullies Presents Here Comes the Lame with me, your friend. No Life, by the way, streamed every single night this week, and we might reload for tomorrow night as well. But this is my favorite show of the week. Don't tell the other guys I said that. With my co-host, although an Eagles fan, still someone I respect, and that's something I can't say for nearly any humanoid being in the city of Philadelphia. Ladies and gentlemen, Jedi Joe, the real Jedi Joe. Were there other... What is a betting app? So is that why your username is the real Jedi Joe? Because it was already taken? Slim Shady. Hey, what's up? Hey, welcome to the show, Jedi Joe. You've been muted this whole time.
Oh, okay. Now I gotta ask, am I muted? Am I muted always?
Yeah, maybe that's your sign-in tagline. Hello, am I muted? That's a crisp Philadelphia Eagles hat. Is that new?
Ooh. Yeah, just a new era off Amazon, but I got another one.
Now, is that a fitted? You did a fitted off Amazon.
No, it's not a fitted. It's a snap.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I saw the new era. I thought it was a fitted.
No. Do I have to say what I said, or are we just not going to do it?
No, that was boring. That was boring.
Yeah,
anyway.
okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Hello, Jedi Joe. How are you? Philadelphia Eagles on a bye this week, or last week. So,
yeah, well, I mean, it seems like 2 weeks because now they don't play till Monday.
Right, and didn't they play on Thursday as well?
Yeah?
Yeah, so it's fixed. They gave the Eagles a longer bye than the other teams.
Oh, no, it was a Sunday game.
Was it? Okay, I'm just saying.
It was against the Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys? They beat the Giants, my New York Football Giants. Thank God for fantasy football, Joe, because the New York Football Giants have been bad for like 10 years. Do you know the meme, the boat photo? Do you know this boat photo from the Giants? So it was after they won the second Super Bowl. You know, they beat the Patriots in 2011 or 2007 and 2011. But then the next year, 2012, I think it was, or 13, they had Odell Beckham, and they were like in first place. It was like, oh, Giants are going back. Odell's a beast right now. And like him
playing tonight.
Him and a bunch of Giants players rented a yacht because they had a bye in the playoffs. So in their bye week, they rented a yacht and they took a photo of all of them shirtless with jeans on the yacht, like jeans and sneakers on this yacht. And it's like, yo, we're the New York Giants, we hard. And they've gone 25 and 103 since that photo was taken.
Odell's playing on the Ravens tonight. It's Ravens and Bengals.
I feel the same way for Odell Beckham that I feel for Max Scherzer of the Texas Rangers. Former player, screw you, man. Screw you.
They were doing nothing with him, and then they seem to be giving him the ball, and he's got a touchdown for the last 2 games, actually.
Now, do you have money on ODB, OBJ, anytime TD tonight?
No. It was like 3-1, plus 3-1. I was looking at it. So I just tailed some of the buddies' bet and made up another touchdown bet, and that was really it.
How's the gambling been going for you this week?
It's been getting okay. I've been trying with NBA stuff, this in-season tournament lameness. I haven't been winning anything, so whatever. I signed up for a new app because it's like a bunch of free $50 bets. So maybe I can make some quick chunky change back real quick.
You know, last year was the first year I got into football gambling, and that's what drew me in. $5 bet gets you $200 in free bets. And I thought I was going to get $200 in the account, and I would just bet $1 for the rest of my life.
Yeah, just chunky $50 spots. Yeah.
No, yeah. It was 8 $25 spots.
But still, you put that on something that's 3-1, 5-1, and it hits, you're good for a minute.
Yeah, well, I think the first game of the season, I bet the under. Chargers and fucking Chiefs, maybe? Under. Hit that. won a bunch of money, got my 8 $25 bets, and of course I was so stupid. I put it on like the Mets to win the World Series. You know, I put it on like futures bets that suck.
Yeah.
But then I did hit one, and it was like, but it wasn't. I didn't do the $25. I was too scared to put 25 on it. I put my $5 winnings on it, and it was Allen Robinson on the Rams first TD.
Oh wow.
And I bet $5 and I won $40.
Oh.
So if I had put 25 on that bitch, wow, dude.
Yeah. You've been going to a nice steak dinner.
Yeah, nice steak dinner. And I know what you are asking yourself, and I know what all the viewers at home are asking themselves. How's PK's fantasy football team doing? Well, with Jalen Hurts on a bye.
Awful.
I fucking crushed it.
Oh, wow.
I scored 180 points, absolutely dominated. I'm 8-2 in this league, and I lead the points by like 200 points.
Nice.
Yes, and I did find my ETID jacket. I asked Jedi Joe if I could talk about the night that I lost it, but he said, "You've been doing sad boy streams all week. I don't want to hear about it." But one of the pieces of the sadness was that I thought I lost this jacket, and I did not lose this jacket. So you know what?
There we go.
Not sad, empowering, lovely,
Empowering.
beautiful.
Empowering, but I don't want to hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, you wanted to
Right
talk
at this juncture.
Yeah. I'm just going to bury it deep, deep down, Joe. Tell me about the Dallas Cowboys here, because they just put a shellacking on my New York Football Giants.
I mean, the Cowboys nation is in full effect right now. They beat up on the Giants, and then they think they're going to the Super Bowl. And I don't understand what it is about this fan base and this team. They win a game. They throw Dak throws like 10 interceptions in one game, right? And then he has a good game against the Rams, and then they destroy the Giants, and now it's like he's in the MVP talk. Like, I don't get it.
There's always one game a year where Dak Prescott throws for like 500 yards and 5 touchdowns, and he's on the bench to start the third quarter. And yeah, all the Giants fans go nuts. I mean, I'm sorry, all the Cowboys fans go nuts. And they think, this is it. We're coming together at the right time. We're coming together at the right time. And Dak always shits the bed.
I'm trying to find the meme. You ever see the Spirit Halloween meme where it's like the costume? It's like a bag of a Spirit Halloween costume. And this one, I don't know if you could see it, but I sent it to my buddy. It's like a Cowboys fan. Right.
No, I can't do it. Lower that
But it
brightness,
says-
Joe. Lower that brightness. Give me 50% opacity here. 50% brightness. There we go. Cowboys fan, yes, with the Spirit costume.
It says includes unrealistic expectations, Yankees and Lakers hats, Smash TV, hilarious season-ending trick play.
Dude, that trick
Not
play
included
was
21st
amazing.
century NFC championship game appearance.
Ooh, the deep burn.
So the deal with them, so not only is all that complete fact, it's a lot of like, oh, well, we won 5 championships. You've only won 1. You need to catch up. It's like the same as the Yankees. It's like, oh, 27 rings, brother. It's like, you're just living in the past. They haven't done anything with Jerry Jones. They haven't done anything in 30 fucking years. Like,
Well, and the Steelers have more ships than the Cowboys do. I think the Steelers and the 49ers have more ships.
yeah.
So who the fuck are the Cowboys? They had like they had like the 90s dynasty.
Yeah, they the starter jackets. Everyone wore the starter jackets in the 90s and their Yankee caps.
Right. If somebody is a grown adult Cowboys fan who is our age, you know that they were completely insufferable as a child. And they
Well, that's
probably
my friend Mikey that probably listens to the show. So shout out to him.
Hey, shout out Mikey. Let's go. Let's go. How about them Cowboys? Are you really just jealous because the Eagles fans pride themselves in having the most toxic, annoying fan base in not only football, but Philadelphia, all of sports, and you just, when the Cowboys fans get a little mojo, you get a little jealous?
It's not about, well, first of all, the Eagles have way more momentum because they're a way better team. I mean, they pretty much probably are going to get the number 1 seed again this year and probably go to the Super Bowl. But they just like refuse to, like, I'm willing to put the Cowboys like not at a A tier. I'll put them at like a B tier You know, I
Yeah,
would
they're
say
not
S
bad.
tier. I would say I don't even say that S tier is the Eagles anymore. I don't think there's any S tier like teams.
Right.
You
There's
know?
just good teams that play S tier week to like some weeks, basically.
Yeah, and then they usually play like A-ish to B-ish, whereas the Cowboys can play like B to like fucking D to F. You know, like the Eagles aren't going to play like fucking D level ball.
No.
You know, that's not going to fucking happen.
And you know, even when people were like this year, what are the Eagles like 8-1, right?
Yeah, and they know, and they don't fucking choke. Like, even though you lose in the Super Bowl, that's not fucking choking. Like, Cowboys fucking choke.
Right.
Dak fucking chokes.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know, it's funny because the Eagles this year, I guess Jalen Hurts has like thrown a lot of interceptions or whatever. But like, if you look at them play and the interceptions he throws, he don't throw no Dak Prescott, Zach Wilson interceptions. Like it's like a real quarterback, good play on by the other team. And everyone's like, oh, the Eagles haven't figured it out yet. It's like, dude, they're 8-1 and they're only getting better. And AJ Brown might be the best player in the entire league right now.
yeah, I mean, they're also saying they might not come out of the stretch because the Eagles are playing the Chiefs on Monday. Or then I think they play the Bills, then the Niners, then the Cowboys, or like some sort of variation of that. But it's their toughest stretch. And then after that, it's like Commanders, Giants, Cardinals, Giants. They played Giants twice in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, they have an awesome schedule. They have the Super Bowl schedule because they had the bye week 10, which is a perfect time for the bye. They already got done with one Cowboys game. They already played the Dolphins, you know, all this shit. It's like they should have beat the Jets, right? Didn't they? The only team they lost to
should
was
have
the
beat the
freaking
Jets. Yeah,
Ugh.
yikes.
Yikes is right. But you know what? That's good because you get that loss out of the way. No more pressure. No more undefeated pressure.
No more pressure.
So
they'll probably take an L in one of these next 4 games, I think. But I can't tell you which one. I mean, I assume maybe the Chiefs, but I'm not, you know.
Well, it's any given Sunday more now than it ever has been. So even if the freaking Cardinals or Texans beat the goddamn Eagles, like, you know, that doesn't even bother me if I'm an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
Although I was telling a guy at work, this guy at work wears Bill's hat, Bill's shirt, sweatshirt every single day when I see him at work. And so, you know, we talk about
customer?
No, he's the delivery driver.
Oh, okay.
So he's like just a Bills Mafia fanatic. And
yeah.
Every week, up until last week, every week he goes, oh, the Bills suck. And I'm like, nah, dude, same thing with the Eagles. It's like, they're still an A-level team. They're just like, they're still figuring out. They're still a good team. He goes, nah, man, something's wrong. Something's wrong. And
yeah, I mean, then Monday happened.
Right, and then so I've been the positive influence on him.
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, man, no. And I'm like, nah, you're a Bills fan, so you're like hurting. You know, it's like me with the Mets. You know, it's like you're always harder on your team. Like from the outside looking in, the Bills are okay. And then they put up a huge stinker on Monday. And that
was arguably one of the worst games ever, in football.
When he walked in, he goes, don't even talk to me. Don't even talk.
It was a
me.
fumble on the very first snap. It was like snap, Josh, pass. Bleh.
It was a catch
recovery.
And a fumble.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is off to a great start.
So wait, who's
the league isn't what it used to be, bro. It's just like interceptions and picks and fumbles all day now.
It's 7-on-7 basically. Yeah.
It's a meme.
Just who's playing tonight, by the way? The Ravens and who?
Bengals.
Ravens and Bengals.
Who are getting their ship around too. But the Ravens are coming off a loss against the Browns.
Yes, that's true. The Brownies
against the that football loss they shouldn't have had. You know, they shouldn't have lost that game.
Oh yeah, because there was like an interception return for touchdown or something, and then the last second field, and then they missed the extra point and kicked the field goal. Oh my God, yeah,
there's a lot of that going on too in the league. Like people, that was in that game. Like dude tried to hit a field goal. No, it was an extra point, and it was like it went off the pylon, like boom. It even made the sound effect too. It was so loud.
It was like you were playing Madden. Gang.
Oh, and then he missed it to end the game, and then they threw a flag, and then he got another try, and then he won the game.
Ridiculous. It's fixed. It's more of a work than wrestling.
Yeah,
Final NFL question for you. If I would like for you to give me the final 4 teams this year. We're about halfway through the season, a little bit more than halfway through. Based on what you've seen in your gambling predictions, I want you to give me the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship game. By the way, somebody commented on the video last week. It finally happened, Joe. Some viewer said, I fucking hate how you guys mispronounce words on purpose. It's so fucking annoying. Yes. It only took 2.5 years, dude.
What is the username?
I think it was like username. It was probably like Danny DeMonto in
It's just a bot,
yeah, it
probably.
was just a bot, like, who picked up on it. Very, very funny to me.
Eagles, Ravens.
Well, give me don't dance around like that. Give me NFC and then AFC. Who will the Eagles play?
Eagles and Niners
Okay,
again this year.
I could see that. I think that they're clearly the two best teams in the NFC. Agree with you.
Yeah, and then the Ravens,
Wow. All right.
and then the
Chefs, maybe?
no, I think they're leaking oil.
Maybe Miami.
I'd be the Texans.
Yo, Texans are balling out.
CJ Stroud, I don't know if they're gonna go to the championship match, the championship game, but I think we might see the Texans in there.
Yo, you know what? I'll confirm and double down on that. I'm gonna go Chiefs, Texans, Eagles, Niners, and the AFC. Because think about the script. The AFC is gonna be like, it's the two bushy-haired young guys who are great. It's like, wow, Patrick Mahomes. It's like he's looking into a mirror. And that's going to be the storyline. That CJ Stroud's
It's just
the young
the
upstart.
Chiefs thing really. It's just them trying to make Brady again. And now that the Taylor Swift thing is looming, it might go all the way to the Super Bowl with that. So that would really suck if they only brought them to the Super Bowl again just to get the Swiftie demographic.
Oh no.
Because the fact that this whole thing is happening, it's a publicity stunt and some sort of league fix job. So, and they're trying to make another dynasty and everything out of the Chiefs. That's why they kind of maybe put her with him.
Gotta think about the script. Hey, we're gonna talk about regular wrestling on this show.
We got a
Not
lot
just-
of wrestling to talk about.
Not football wrestling, but actual wrestling. A little bit less fixed, a little bit more transparent and see-through. Like when you watch wrestling, you kind of see what's happening on the screen. You kind of think about the script that was written and where the mindset is and what the motivation is for the script that was written for what's happening on the screen. And you can kind of think about what the money means and the advertisement and where the money's going. With football has got the best kayfabe there is, brother. You don't know what the fuck's going on. Who's talking to who, how they figured this shit out, who knows, who doesn't know.
Yeah. Kick the ball off the pylon, brother. That doesn't work for me, brother.
So because we're talking about gambling and sports, before we get into our topics, which are going to be NWA, WWE, AEW Collision, AEW Full Gear Preview, who the new signing will be, and we're going to close with the DraftKings pool. But I got to start out. I'm jumping ahead because I am so into these odds that you made. Can we jump ahead and talk about that?
No, we can't.
We're going to tease it? We're going to tease it? Just tease it?
We can tease it a little bit, yeah, but I wanna have an entire block of AEW.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I got a little ahead of myself. All right, so let's talk NWA and Billy Corgan.
Basically, I compiled an entire odds list of who the devil might be in AEW.
Perfectly handicapped to the T, I might add.
That's it. So if you know betting, and we'll use it in part of our discussion. But yeah, NWA apparently is on the ropes. Billy Corgan about to do some cuts. I mean,
what's your favorite Smashing Pumpkins song?
Zero?
When I first heard the music kick in for Today is when that song hit hard, I was probably like 9 years old, 10 years old. I'm like, damn, this shit's heavy.
What's the other big hit?
They have Tonight. They have The World.
Tonight. That's the one with the moon. They use like the moon and the...
Yeah, that's Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness double disc. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, fuck that. He likes wrestling instead. He's like, I'm the most brilliant.
Well, apparently not enough to oversee the company. You know, it's just it seems like a money mark all over again, and he's staying on tour. He's not really around, and they're just doing a bunch of blow and showing it on live television.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I heard about that. What did they do? It's like they did blow on live television. They were like,
Well, it was this Halloween thing, this Sam Hain show that they had.
Okay.
Sam Hain. They named it after the band. And then they kind of just like were panning in the back and showed like, what's his name? Father Mitchell or fucking Abyss manager.
Okay.
What was his name?
I don't remember
Mitchell.
his name. I could see him in my mind's eye, though.
Yeah, he's a very villain looking. You know his name.
Yeah, the
Father
Sinister
Mitchell or
Minister.
Yeah, sure. And they were just in the back with a bunch of rats doing a bunch of blow, and they showed it like I guess on live television or something like that. I don't know if it was supposed to be shown like that.
I think it was a bit, wasn't it? It was a bit.
It was it was like a work. It was like a fake work or something. You know, like one of those.
Was it shoot coke? You think was it real coke or fake coke?
Either way, the network was like no, and then apparently the CW decided to just go with NXT for their wrestling program moving forward.
That's right. Now you got
they
NXT.
thought the NWA thought they had a deal, and I guess they were talking like they had a deal. And then now NXT is going to be on CW.
Do you think that something that simple, like a 5 to 10 minute segment in poor taste, could turn the tides of major millions of dollar TV deals?
No, I just don't think they were like pulling their end. And it sounds like they're about to do a whole bunch of cuts. What's his nuts? CM Punk's leak guy.
Hausensberg.
Yeah, he was like, he's saying that it's supposedly a bunch of wherever's leak is an NWA is saying there's going to be a bunch of cuts, budget cuts across the board. So,
I didn't even know that wrestlers in NWA had contracts. I thought that was just like a pay per appearance type of dealio.
I think it's just like maybe all over, maybe production and stuff like that. But they don't go. Do they actually go on tour? They don't like do shows outside of the studio, right? Or maybe they bring them.
They dabble, but I don't think they're like on the road like that.
They don't have a rig. They're not having a rig crew and like an 18-wheeler or something like that.
I
like
used to be a little boy.
I mean, who do they have? They have what's his nuts? Trevor Murdoch.
They definitely have him. Yeah.
They had LA Knight. The Cardona used to be there, but I don't even. Maybe he is still no,
because Cardona makes more money going everywhere than nobody could pay Cardona enough to stay in one place except for WWE probably.
Yeah. I saw that he was coming out. You see his new the indie god gimmick he's been doing.
Well, the Indiana Jones, but now he has the golden mask. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was saying, if you saw that, what'd you think of that?
Oh, I think that he has the best gear in the indies by far, and he might have the best gear and gear ideas in all of wrestling. He's got
because it's all based off toys. That's why he's very inspired by like what would be a toyetic sort of gear I can wear.
Right, like what
that would look good.
Toyetic. Is that a real word?
It's a word from their podcast.
Yeah, but
she looks good too. He definitely helps her design her shit too.
Oh yeah, and
Lander.
And
he's got like the Princess Peach gloves, like the gloves that come all the way up.
Yeah,
and she has her own internet championship too.
He is a genius. And I love all of his references because he's like our age, so it's like Ghostbusters, Indiana Jones. 90s like Macho King wrestling. It's all the dopest shit. He spends money, dude. He spends money on his shit. And I got to tell you, speaking of Matt Cardona, Steph DeLander posted and she tweeted, I have 2, not 1, but 2 Ribera jackets. And I have never once wrestled in Japan.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to just eat like a 5-pound steak or something, and then you can actually get one.
And then
it's not just like to the boys and shit.
This was sent to me privately through multiple channels by multiple sources because everybody knew that I would want to see this picture of the man himself, the man who shall not be named, Casanova, with his Ribera jacket.
Oh boy, he's
It's-
a worker. You can get one.
It's like if I thought all you needed to do was eat a 5-pound steak.
Yeah. Well, he can get one for you. If you can just go and have dinner and you're a worker and you get one, but if we go, we have to eat a 5-pound steak.
No problem.
It's probably not even that great.
I'm pretty sure that Cass probably had to eat the 5-pound steak.
I'm sure he was just going there like regardless to eat a 5-pound steak.
He
He's a big guy. I mean, fuck.
was like, hey, you guys need a bouncer? By the way, it looks like the buttons are about to burst and destroy buildings in Japan with the jacket. It looks like somebody put a pillow under that jacket. But hey, 5-pound steak will do that to you. Shout out Casanova.
Speaking of
all you have to do
burst-
is not wrestle twice in Japan to get a Ribera jacket these days, and you finally got your Ribera jacket. Congratulations.
speaking of Japan, you see the new Godzilla came out in Japan? Are you a Godzilla fan?
I thought I saw a preview for that. I'm as much of a Godzilla fan as when it like comes to American culture and it's in like the mainstream. I'll be like, oh yeah, cool, dope, Godzilla, I'm into this. But I'm not like
this
fan.
isn't like big Hollywood. This is another Godzilla film from the Toho studios. Like it's going back to its roots where it destroys Tokyo kind of thing.
Oh, so it's like a remake, back to the roots, original creators type of thing?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not out for another few more weeks, but I'm kind of excited. I'm going to go, and it's going to be like subtitles and everything. So
It's kind of cool. You're kind of a poser if you're going to read the subtitles. If you were a real Godzilla fan, you just sit there and listen to the Japanese and figure it out.
yeah, dun 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 dun. I also watched Oppenheimer. Have you seen Oppenheimer?
Oh, no, I'm excited for your review. Hold on, Brian Vitko. What's up? Shout out Brian Vitko. I think the other shows are a little intense for Brian, so he settled into this one. Welcome, my friend. This is the quiet show. Except for me. I'm the loud one on this show. I wonder about that CW quote unquote deal. There are local CW affiliates. That made sense. How could NWA and that promotion go on TV that has now been replaced with NXT? Come on, overblown. Yeah, maybe that's the situation. PK must hate follow Cass. No, I have people that hate follow him for me. Thank you so much. And he looks like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in that jacket. Honorable mention Michelin Man. He listens to both, brother. All right, take it back away, Joe. Just wanted to say hello to everybody watching. Thanks for hanging out with us.
I watched Oppenheimer. Finally came out in like digital and stuff. It was
Now-
kind of a bore.
What did you do? You Amazon Primed it or?
I just hotboxed it.
Nice. Illegal cable.
Yeah, I just watched like 3 straight hours of that. I mean, Cillian Murphy was good. But it just turned into like, oh, they're in this movie. Oh, they're in this movie. Oh, she's in this movie. Oh, he's in this movie, which I knew already, but I just forgot because I remember when they first posted like, here's everyone in Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. And it was like 25 actors and actresses that we all know, you know?
Mhm.
And
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon, yeah. Who else is in it? Robert Downey. It's more about how he got like blackballed or like slandered.
Like
you know?
how he was just a scientist and got caught up in the whole thing.
It's a lot of communism shit because like they're like in the war, like trying to develop the bomb to end World War II, but it's like they're allied with the Russians, but they don't want the Russians to have. They know there's an arms race coming with the Russians after that, you know, so they don't want them to. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I was expecting more of a Saving Private Ryan film and more bombs going off.
So it was like a cerebral historical fiction 3-hour talk fest.
He also had a mistress, and it was a lot of his stuff. A lot of scenes were in this like small closet, like room like this. There were like 12 people in it with him being like on a trial, like this corrupt trial, basically to
Tribunal.
to basically, you know, slander his name.
Huh.
So
Sounds
no
like a
idea he went.
snooze fest.
Einstein was in it. Oh, yeah, I didn't like it too much. I didn't like it.
Wow.
Let's give him I'll give it like I'll give it like a 7.5.
Would you classify Oppenheimer as it's like, you know, we call a wrestler, like when a wrestler is like overhyped, it's like, oh, he's all entrance. He or she, they're all entrance.
Yeah.
You know, like, would you classify Oppenheimer and its amazing trailer and hype as it's all was it all trailer?
I think it was all trailer.
Yeah, because the trailer was dope.
Well, I think it was also the Barbie thing too.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
So people are like, I couldn't imagine sitting through Oppenheimer in the theater, let alone sitting through it and then having to go watch Barbie after or go watch Barbie before. Either way, I would not want to be in the theater that long.
Have you ever done a double feature before and watched 2 movies back to back?
I don't think so, actually.
I did it once. We snuck into there's this little theater in Kew Gardens, Queens over here. It's like a kind of an indie theater, and they were playing what the fuck's the guy's name? Hunter S. Thompson's like documentary film.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched that, but that was a little short. That was like a 90-minute. You know, it was like a doc. So then we went upstairs and we went into man, I forget the name of the movie, but it was a Woody Allen movie starring Larry David. It was like after Curb like kind of blew up, and Larry was like out there, and it was Woody Allen with Larry David. So I don't remember that. But that was the only time I sat for 2 movies in theaters back to back. But it kind of doesn't count because the first was 90. It was a cool 90.
Yeah. So it wasn't as much of a marathon. And then I also watched Last Night in Soho. Have you heard of this?
I don't think so. Sounds vaguely familiar.
It's like murder mystery thriller.
Who's in it?
Matt Smith of Doctor Who. Anya Taylor-Joy. You know Anya.
Oh, right, Anya. Whatever Works. That's the name of the movie. Good call, Brian. And shout out Brian Vitko, shouting out the pod. Haven't missed an ep. I stand corrected.
Lurking.
Yeah, I really haven't watched anything. Are you into Invincible?
I haven't watched it.
Yeah, Invincible's pretty good, but it's starting.
Someone recommended slow. Then Gen 5?
Oh, Gen V, yeah.
Gen V.
By
the way, I'm sorry. Sidebar, I also crammed in before the show Armageddon.
I don't want to close my eyes.
I went to see it in theaters, but, you know, it's been a while. Great film.
Oh, one of the best. What a cast of characters.
So good, dude. It's so, like, tragic and epic. And
did you cry? Did you cry at the end?
I almost cried. I think I cried when I was in theaters. I cried. I think I cried almost earlier today when I was watching it at the end. I don't want to spoil what happens.
Yeah, it's like, a tearjerker. I got something.
I'm like, oh, my throat's
is the air a little dry in here?
Oh, fuck me, dude.
Allergies.
And I was like, it's so good.
Is there a movie?
Affleck, Bruce Willis, all that.
Is there a movie that will definitely 100% make you cry every time? Or is the closest
Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3?
No, come on. just out of like pain.
It did though. It did because it was all animals and stuff.
All right.
Drawing a blank because I got put on the spot, but
I mean, there
definitely other ones. I'm trying to think. That's the last one I did. That's why I immediately said that.
The last one I did is Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Get the fuck out. Really? When like the old head shot?
Yeah, when at the very end when you got the profile shot. And then the guy like steps in. The final guy steps in. I fucking lost my shit, dude. Lost it.
Did you see the trailer for the new one?
I haven't. I saw the title of it and I instantly dismissed
Frozen,
it. Yeah, fuck
Frozen,
this.
whatever.
Oh, it's an ice. Oh, we're doing Ghostbusters World 5, the ice level. Get the fuck out of here. I don't even know what it is. I don't fucking care.
They have these dope like winter fucking like red winter coats too.
Don't care.
They're all like, you know, got the patch and everything.
They are not gonna. They did Afterlife, which was a perfect little like homage to the old. And
and they're all in it again. Like Murray's in it,
Aykroyd's
in it.
Yeah. So
everybody's
fuck
in
them.
it.
Fuck them.
The kids, Paul Rudd.
Yeah. Hate it. You know what I cried? I cried when they were doing cocaine in NWA. I was like, man, I want to do cocaine there.
Into the fire. Isn't that their theme song, right? Into the fire.
They were so close to getting a CW deal, just like the show Supernatural, and then the Sinister Minister had to come back from the dead and do cocaine with young ladies of the night and ruin it all for everybody. And Billy
Oh,
Corgan
man.
just left sitting alone going, the world is a vampire. Boom, 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 boom. So what'd you think?
Wait, who came out to that?
Oh, my God.
Dreamer?
I think every wrestler ever at some point.
Or
Every
was it
backyard
Raven?
wrestler.
Maybe Raven or somebody came out to that.
How do you like that? How did you like that swift transition all the way back to the wrestling space?
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really well practiced.
There's nothing more backyard than WWE. I must say.
Speaking of backyarders.
Speaking of backyarding, yeah, I haven't watched Raw. I got Raw results here. I guess Drew McIntyre joined the Judgment Day.
Oh man, no, he definitely dyed his hair black, and I don't think he joined them. I think he's just being seduced by them. His dark side is coming out. I saw the clips.
It went.
Yo, imagine what the Drew McIntyre Judgment Day remix song is gonna be like. It's probably gonna be fire.
Announcers keep avoiding saying how many people would be in each War Games team. Oh, that's right. There's a War Games match with Survivor Series.
Has that
It's
been
usually-
announced yet?
The match has been announced, but not like how many people are going to be in it. It's usually 5, but it looks like WWE might go with 4 this year. They probably don't even know how many. They don't even know what they're probably doing yet. I think
Well,
it
no,
also is
they'll do-
dependent on if Randy Orton can come back.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. So you got Judgment Day on one side, obviously, which is going to be
All right.
it's going to be Damian, Finn, Dominic, JD McDonough, and
JD McFunko Pop. Yeah.
and Drew McIntyre. 5.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, you have
main event.
Jey
Jey
Uso, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn. Who's the other good guy that they're fucking with now? Kevin Owens isn't involved. Kevin Owens is on the other show.
Yeah, it's somebody else, and then maybe Randy Orton. I have voices in my head.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess whatever. It's cool. It's cool. It's not cool. It's whatever.
I'm just reading like notes. This is a notable moments and observations from Bleacher Report. Samantha Irvin really went for it in the pre-match announcements. I'm sure she did. Ripley told,
I have no doubt
Ripley
she did.
told, yeah, I'm sure she really does because she tries way too hard. Ripley told Priest he was the leader of the team for War Games, but she clearly thinks of herself as the overall ruler of the stable, which is what I've been saying should have been the whole case anyway. That she should be running it. Because they're all trying to bicker amongst themselves. She's the most over one. She's the only female. It always seemed like an open
it's
shot
kind
to
of
me.
counterproductive too, because you can't really just throw her in the War Games. You know what I mean? Like, I guess you could have her, like, it kind of hamstrings her, where it's like if she's the most popular one in the Judgment Day by far, but she can't like draw on the main event because, and even if you want to say, oh, well, it's progressive, let's just put her in and she'll fight with the guys, that just ruins her in another way, because then she should never, ever, like, if she survives War Games with the guys, you got to think about it in a WWE like lens. No woman has ever done anything like that, even. So then,
Beth Phoenix has,
but not in like a War Games, like the only woman.
I'm
Like,
just trying to think for a company that's like trying to be so progressive and all that shit. Like the fact they haven't started to do legit like indie style intergender stuff is really weird.
see, I don't think it's weird, because don't think about it from a political point of view. Think about it from a writing narrative point of view. If Rhea Ripley goes into, okay, back it up. Every single person who is in War Games, win, lose, or draw, whether they're JT McDonough or Cody Rhodes, each person in that match has a moment to like get themselves over, right? Either as like a high risk move or like a tough guy kick out, or like, maybe JT McDonough is going to take all the bumps and he's going to get Spike Dudley respect. Everybody gets a moment, a gimmick. So Rhea Ripley, whatever it is, would have hers, and it would probably be like clearing out the guys or whatever, right? But then how do you put her back? You know what I mean? It fucks the narrative if Rhea Ripley can beat up Sami Zayn, because then like it just breaks the dam, and now you compare every woman to every man, and there's no more divisions. And even if Rhea Ripley's the only one, like then technically Rhea Ripley should beat most of the women because, there are more male wrestlers on the show that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that could be their way to introduce the intergender stuff, and then they can have another like main eventer or just someone that can she can evolve into just only fighting dudes. She doesn't need to. I mean, like, yeah, I guess you're right. Then there's
because,
no
and
way.
then you have to
There's no
choose-
way for her to go backwards. Then
right, and then you have to choose like which women get to fight the dudes and which don't, and then that like kind of
Yeah.
divides the female roster in like.
But they've never really cared about that continuity. Also, like that's kind of like a Brock Lesnar, I beat the Undertaker kind of thing. Remember?
Yeah,
Like it was like who beats Brock, because if you beat Brock and he beat Taker, it's like you beat Taker. It was like this. Remember that whole thing, and then they made it look like shit because like whatever.
China King of the
Okay.
Ring and Royal Rumble. See, but that's
Yeah, it was always the Royal Rumble. It was
Well-
China, Beth with the Great Khali.
yeah. Well, and I
You
like what they did most recently with Nia Jax and like Randy Orton, and like Nia Jax was like in the men's Rumble. I thought that was great. That's a great use.
Oh, that's
for
right.
it,
Nia was in there. Yeah. That
because
was
the
great.
Royal Rumble, like all bets are off.
I'm not like most girls.
I think they learned their lesson for China, because China moved on to become Intercontinental Champion and win King of the Ring, as Larry, shout out Larry, mentioned, right? But then they couldn't go backwards with her. She was stuck.
Yeah.
So I think they learned their lesson, and although it's cool to think about and talk about, I think not even politically, just narratively. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, I mean UFC doesn't do it. You know what I mean?
Right,
like
right.
major
Yeah.
sports don't do it. So it's just like you have your women's and you have your men's.
Have
and
you ever
that's it.
heard the Dave Chappelle joke where he says, what would happen if LeBron James woke up one day and decided that he identified as a woman? Would he play in the WNBA? Or would he play in the NBA? No, well, the joke is, would he play in the NBA? Or would he play in the WNBA, where he would score 900 points a game?
Braun.
Yeah, very, very funny to me. I don't know if that's in
Priest-
bad taste, but
Priest
that's right.
gave McFunko Pop a jacket to officially induct him into the Judgment Day before the match.
Way to go, JD.
Balor is one of those guys who makes everything look easy. He's one of the smoothest performers on the entire roster. I mean,
Underrated. Still
part of
underrated
the
to
ring
day.
posts fell off when Priest threw Rhodes into it. Whatever. This is just like notable things on the show. Trying to find out who the last guy is in the match, in the War Games match. I'm just kind of scrolling through, looking at stuff. No, nothing really.
China was very revolutionary. Hindsight being 2020.
If you know who the last guy is that we didn't mention in the match, just put it in the chat or something.
Oh, who would be in the Judgment Day War Games match?
Yeah.
you
Like
mean?
we named 5. We named 4 of the face team, including Randy Orton.
Right. So who would the other? I feel like there's another guy out there with them all the time. I'm just not remembering who it is.
Yeah, it's all right. That pretty much does it. That pretty much does it for the E. I mean, they just came off of the Riyadh trip in Saudi, and they're building the War Games. I mean, we don't. Maybe CM Punk will be there, but he has to first maybe show up at AEW. So we'll talk about that.
Yeah, there's no way. After you texted me during the week, I am completely off of the possibility of CM Punk showing up at Survivor Series.
Yeah.
You know what? And honestly, I think that even if CM Punk was going to show up at Survivor Series, I think it would be classic and smart. Once again, high level marketing. We're talking about NFL level money and marketing. It's like they read all the analytics. They know the social media fucking landscape maybe better than any other major company right now, right? And why bring CM Punk to Chicago when you can not bring him to Chicago and have them chanting for him all night?
Yeah.
It's like you get the rub without even bringing him in.
Mhm.
They're going to chant for him all night long. And you know what? I bet you there will be people in those stands who love the Young Bucks and think that CM Punk is a fucking idiot. And they're going to have a few beers and they're going to chant CM Punk all night long. And just because they're from Chicago, So why even bring him in? Who cares? You're going to get the chants all night. You're going to get all the social media like views and fucking viral moments of fans hijacking the show for CM Punk. So why even bring him out? Things are going fine for WWE. They have settled into this groove of like, it is what it is. You watch it, you love it. You know,
stock goes up.
Yeah, and the stock goes up. You know, $50 million for that fucking Saudi Arabia show.
Jesus. I actually need to run and use the bathroom. I'm gonna take a break for like 5 minutes, and then we'll go right into AEW.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Unprecedented break for me. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's all right. You should have went before we left the house. That's fine. Last night, Larry took an unprecedented pee break.
But yeah.
All right. So you know what?
Back.
I'm not even going to go to break. I'm going to do a little live smoke and Q&A and talk to the people, and you come back whenever you're ready.
That's fine. That works too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hi, guys. How you doing? Joe's not here, so I could smoke more liberally. I've been secretly, I set the precedent early, no smoking cigs on the stream. But I think I'm over that now. And now that Joe's gone, fucking, we're partying. Fuck it. Light him if you got him. Smoke him if you got him. So if you have questions about mainstream wrestling, topics that you want addressed, anything of that nature, please go ahead and put them in the chat right now. Also, it's been a big week for Boulevard Bullies. I did a 3-hour Boulevard Bullies Time Machine episode on Tuesday, live replay on YouTube right now. Last night, myself, Bad Take Bry, Larry Legend, and Ringside Sean all interviewed Drake Younger, which was a fucking delight. It was awesome. It's probably my favorite interview of ours. We all said the Pledge of Allegiance, which was killer. And so if you missed that, go watch that too. We have merchandise available on boulevardbullies.bigcartel.com. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Happy holidays, you filthy animal. George the Animal Steel, Home Alone, crew necks, t-shirts available now. And I don't know what to tell you. I can't believe that Joe's Secret Lab streamer chair doesn't have a bedpan in it. So that's pretty much what's going on. It's been a great week for us. It's been a great week of enlightenment for me. Drake Younger was a really cool guy. He gave us a breaking news. He gave us some breaking news that I guess will be broken shortly or soon or at some point. What else is going on? Anybody else got anything to say? Oh, by the way, let me take this moment to shout out Logan Stein, if you're watching. Logan Stein, a few weeks ago, you said that you made your pro wrestling referee debut, and I saw that you have been screenshotting yourself from that IWTV premiere, so drop that info in the chat for people to watch your pro wrestling referee debut. Dude, Brian, I'm a fucking professional. You think I don't have a piss jug? You think I'm going to the bath? You think I'm walking all the way downstairs? Going to the bathroom when I go to the bathroom? Psh, dude, you don't know. Let's put on a little music. Breaking news, Snoop Dogg decided to quit smoking weed. He asks that all of us respect his privacy at this time. It's bullshit. Snoop Dogg's basically doing what Matt Tremont did recently, or what anybody else would do recently. When the well dries up, switch up the gimmick, baby. That's it. He just put on his cruel mask for a little bit, and then he'll have an illustrious return to smoking weed. Okay, so you only have screenshots. The premiere on IWTV will be soon. Okay, good. Good to know. Shout out Logan Stein. Shout out Larry Legend. Shout out Brian Ginsberg. Shout out Urka Jerks. Shout out Brian Vitko. Anybody else watching? Anybody who watches after the fact? Appreciate you. Oh, he quit smoking weed. He didn't stop eating weed. What else is going on? Everybody's been telling me about Rick and Morty. Every single person. I haven't watched one episode of the new Rick and Morty season this year. I don't know why. I just kind of like fell off a little bit. But everybody's telling me to watch Rick and Morty right now, so. Oh, Rick and Morty? So I think they're like 7 or 8 weeks in, Joe. Hold on, you're muted.
What'd I miss?
Nothing. I just bullshitted, and I decided that since you went to the bathroom, I'm smoking this joint here right now, live on the stream. I'm breaking my own rule.
That's right. I do remember them coming out with a new season, so now I got to catch up with that. But I've been caught up with the other seasons. So.
Well, I mean, Joe, I highly, highly recommend cramming Invincible into your brain as fast and as soon as possible. I think you're going to very much enjoy it.
Well, the second season's out now, right?
Yeah, but don't even worry. But don't even stress about second season because, it's one of these shows where you got to wait every week now. It's Amazon's bread and butter, so it's an every week thing. So you can get yourself adjusted with season 1, which is a banger. But yeah, apparently, and this is the first Rick and Morty season without what's his name? Oh gee, we got shoes on our feet that don't have bottoms, and we're walking around. Oh gee,
Mr. PP Butthole.
Mr. PP Butthole. I got ants in my eyes. Justin Roiland. No, or is that the other guy? Dan Harmon.
Justin Roland? No, Justin. Yeah, Roland.
Dan Harmon is the non-sexual predator one.
Yeah, but I thought he was acquitted.
The non-alleged sexual predator one. Dan Harmon's never been accused, let alone acquitted. Justin Roiland was, accused.
Yeah, but I heard but there was the evidence was inconclusive or whatever. So, but I guess they didn't bring him back.
Well, apparently,
it's just like what's going on with the MCU with Kang with Jonathan Majors. You hear about this?
No.
So have you seen any of the Kang stuff? Have you seen Loki? Have you seen Ant-Man?
No, I don't know any of those things. I know that
so
Paul Rudd
you know
is
what Thanos is, right?
Yeah.
All right, so the next like big bad enemy is Kang. And Jonathan Majors, have you seen he was an actor in he was in the last Creed film.
No idea who that is.
All right.
Is that Lee
anyway,
Majors'
so he's
son?
he's a really good actor. And yeah, he's going to be the next like big bad villain. And they're slowly bringing him in. He was on the Loki show. He has variants like because of doing the multiverse. So like one of his variants, Ant-Man disposed of, and there was another variant or 2 other variants on the Loki show. But anyway, the actor got bagged for like domestic abuse or something like that. He's going to trial, so they might have to book the whole MCU now.
Oh, geez. Well, I mean, if this guy was acquitted, that does kind of suck. But I had no doubt that Rick and Morty would carry on their brilliant ways because much like like a band like Norma Jean or Under Oath, right? Or a band that's like changed members many, many times over. It's like if you're a successful band for long enough, there's like new generations of people who know what that band expects and what that band's sound is, right? So it's like there are probably like voice actors who can do a perfect Rick and a perfect Morty, no problem. And there are probably new writers who grew up on Rick and Morty because it's like 8 or 9 years old by this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like the Rick and Morty like shaped their fucking creative endeavors. So like they could just come in and write for Rick and Morty, no problem. Like they know what's needed. So I had no doubt that it was going to be good. And apparently it's like very good. Everyone's telling me it's very,
it
very
isn't
good.
like it's like some epic story. It's just silly sci-fi cartoon, like an obscene like humor.
No, but there are some very, very high concept stories in Rick and Morty.
Oh, you mean how like they make it like they compare it to like realistic sort of like concepts and like elements and stuff
right,
like
and
that.
It's like science-y and like the imagination level is great. They do the multiverse, and then every so often they'll have like an emo episode where it's like, yo, the mom that isn't your mom, and it's like and Morty's like dealing with it, and like some dope song hits, and it's like, oh wow, this show's fucking dope. This is a deep ass show, and even so, and like some of the writing, it's like, it's almost like. Reminds me of the first time I watched Aqua Teen. Like Aqua Teen, like you blink and you miss it. It's like so crazy and it's so like a mile a minute,
I'll have to catch up and wear my Pickle Rick shirt next week.
Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick.
You know what the best part of Pickle Rick is, too? The best part of Pickle Rick is not any of the fan favorite moments. The best part of Pickle Rick is when he talks to the psychiatrist at the end. And she goes, I have no doubt that you don't want to self-improve, like, like something. And she gives him this whole fucking cerebral thing about like, oh, you're the smartest man alive, but here you are, dying.
Like Susan Sarandon did the
It's
voice
a Glenn
or something,
Close, I think. Yeah.
Oh, it was getting close. Okay.
Yeah, but
They always bring somebody random in,
Yeah,
and it's like then you don't know till like the end.
The thing that makes Pickle Rick great is actually the very, very end where the psychiatrist just breaks it all down for him.
Like why he became a pickle.
Right, and it's like the most fucking cerebral shit. Anyway, speaking of cerebral shit, let's get into AEW. Long-term storytelling. First down.
So I caught AEW Collision this week, the first time since CM Punk came back.
I feel bad for you.
Shouldn't, because the show was really good and Tony Schiavone was fucking killing it on commentary.
What?
Show was like 3 or 4. It was like four good matches, good length matches. Don't ask me what any of the matches was. I think one of them was Sky Blue, and like no, one of them was Julia Hart and Willow.
Willow's awesome.
And that was a good match too, because they're pushing Julia now, and yeah, obviously she's been training a lot, so they have got big plans for her.
Oh yeah,
and yeah, just like Schiavone. What'd you say?
I said, oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well,
she's been training a lot now, so
maybe when she gets away from those other try hard losers,
I did that one for you, Larry. I feel bad for them.
But yeah, Schiavone's commentary was great. Like he's calling it like it's a college football, college baseball.
Apparently, he requested that he
definitely did. You could tell he is extremely passionate about this shit. I do suggest that
you're
and
intriguing
the chat go out and watch it,
because not to jump ahead, but right before we went on the air, I crammed the Like a Dragon street fight. And it was same old Schiavone on that one. He was just like,
he acts like a fucking buffoon.
Yeah,
because
he's like, this is great. This is so great.
This is so much fun. I'm like, oh god, Schiavone's gonna do Collision, and it is night and fucking day.
No
dude.
way. He
He's
was
so
a baseball commentator.
He's calling every move. He's completely up with the action. He's not getting lost in the sauce.
Yo,
like,
Joe,
it's like WCW Prime Schiavone. It's fucking wild, bro.
I give you credit for being able to have the mental capacity to like even realize something. Like, I feel like I'm at the point where if I was to tune in and listen to Schiavone on Collision, I would be
check out.
Yeah, I would be so annoyed by his voice that I wouldn't even be able to notice the difference that you just.
Yeah, I was just like, damn, he's calling the shit out of this show.
And who else commentates? It's Nigel also, and
Nigel, and Nigel's good, great on color too, and he can help him out.
He's
too.
like the classic bad guy commentator, color guy.
But it isn't like on that show. It isn't like Schiavone's buying into all the memes. He's just trying to keep up and get the guys over. So.
That's awesome.
It's good. That's like their best commentary team of those two right there.
It's just the two of them.
Just the two, I believe. Yeah.
Well, and I guess they bring.
Again. I'll watch it again this week.
Well, and that's a major problem with AEW is that they have a 3-man, and then every other match has the manager coming to talk. It's like there's too much special commentary, dude. Growing
I feel
up,
like one match was like Andrade and like Miro or Andrade and Danny Garcia, and that's what it was. And What's Her Nuts comes out with Andrade now.
CJ Perry.
My sexy, flexible wife. Or whatever.
My drunk
and
wife.
And then now Miro's going to face Miro and Andrade, which would be a great match on Collision, I think.
You think that they were just sitting around thinking like, who should we put CJ Perry with? And they're so obsessed with WWE that they're like, yo, we'll do Charlotte's husband.
Oh, he looks like Charlotte. Charlotte rang the bell at the Sixers game like last week.
Hell yeah. Charlotte's awesome.
She had like a white Sixers jersey and then number 11 on the back, but it was like completely bling diamond crusted, like filling into the digits. It's a pretty sweet custom jersey.
I'll always regret.
11-time champion?
No, I think she's like 14, isn't she?
Why? I don't know why it'd be number 11.
Huh. Well, SmackDown 1000 was a huge event in some city, but SmackDown 1001 took place in Newark, New Jersey. And I was in Friends and Family, and I wound up at the same diner as Charlotte Flair, and I was going to send her over a cake that said Happy 1001 show.
Dope theme that they changed and fucked up.
Yeah, we love her. We should have sent her that cake when we had the chance. My life could have taken a whole different trajectory. CJ Perry would be managing me.
Hey, talk to me. But yeah, that's it for Dynamite. I mean, that's it for no, we haven't even got the Dynamite. That's it for Collision. But it's good if you want to hear like fucking bizarro AEW. Watch Collision because it's an actual good show. If they took both shows and just turned it into like Thunder and Nitro and just had them like straight up called matches and just did that only and maybe threw some memes in there, it'd be like way better product. Instead of all the memes just on Wednesday and just all the serious shit, all the serious just pure wrestling on a Saturday, it doesn't work.
Interesting.
Because no one's watching it. That's why, because they watch Wednesday and assume this is the prime product. And
also who does appointment television viewing on Saturday night at 8 o'clock?
Who watches The Watchmen?
Who watches The Watchmen, Joe?
Yeah, I don't watch it on. Oh no, I did watch it on Saturday. That's only because I went out with my girl on Saturday. And then we came back really early, and I was like, "Oh, Collision's on," so I put it on.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the way that I watch it too. If I remember, and I'm not doing anything, and I'm home on a Saturday. But it's Sunday night TV makes sense because everybody's home because they're gonna go to work. Wednesday night, Tuesday, every single night of the week makes sense except for Saturday. Saturday at 8 o'clock might be the worst time to be on television.
No, it is. It is.
So it's like I never remember. I only see the clips. And by the way, AEW social media, I've been saying this for years, is fucking terrible, dude. Their social media presence is horrible. The clips that they pick are terrible. The memes they do are terrible. I've never been a big fan of like major companies using meme advertising anyway, but AEW is fucking horrible at that shit. And have you seen this? Have you seen the clips? They must film them at Collision where like
handheld.
It's like they took it way too far because you know how back in the day when we were growing up, like so-and-so would pop in picture and go like, hey, wrestling fans, this Saturday, July 28th and 29th, we're going to be at Nassau Coliseum, whatever.
Yeah, local advertisements, local programming.
Local advertisements on Saturday morning, like in picture or a quick cutaway or whatever, right? So like, that is nostalgic, not in the way that it is pleasing to the viewer, but in the way that it's just something that happened back then. And AEW is doing those regional videos on their Instagram with the wrestlers. And it looks so fucking lame and desperate. And I fucking hate that too. And that's what they use Collision for. All the Collision people seem to be doing like hey, we have tickets still available for, Friday, whatever, I don't know.
Yeah. It's fucking mess. So without further ado, AEW Dynamite from, I think they were in Southern California. The Renee is 2.5, sir.
Okay. I've been on a cold streak with the Renee over-unders.
I think you hit it last week.
No, I think I was just short both weeks. I think I went over, or I took plus 250 over.
He wasn't really on the show last week. She only had like 2 appearances on the show.
Right, I think you handicapped
That's
it
why
at like 2.5.
4.5 became 3.5, and then 3.5 became 2.5.
Right, and I think last week it was 3.5. I went over, and she was only on the show like 3 times.
And you took the over? Is that what it was?
I've been taking the over and losing. So, what'd you say? The handicap is now 2.5. You've adjusted it. You know what? Fuck it.
She's becoming less frequent on the show.
No, I'm going over. Let's go, Renee.
Over 2.5.
3 appearances, Renee.
It's funny. My first bullet point was it was supposed to say no Renee cold open, but I misspelled it and said no Renee Coke open.
Nice.
So
unlike NWA.
Yeah. Into the fire. Yeah. So, first matchup was to open the show, Moxley and Yuta defeat just Orange Cassidy and Hook. It was whatever. I
Lame.
guess
Don't care.
it was lame.
Cooled off Hook. Hook sucks now.
Yeah.
Hook was cool for like 1 second. Now he sucks. Orange Cassidy
It was cool for like a few weeks, and then they what did they do? They just kind of like hit him for a little bit. They didn't like they never had a payoff. They were like building him up, and then he had no payoff, and then like they just kind of like took him off TV, and that was it.
Out of these 4 people in this match, John Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, Orange Cassidy, Hook, who is
Useless.
No, I got to call them. If you're going to call them by their Jim Cornette names, you have to come up with your own Jim Cornette name. You just can't steal.
Come on, man. I'm not that creative. I am creative, but like not that creative.
Hook was very over. Hook
Plumber,
sucks.
Moxley.
So who out of those 4, Plumber, Moxley, Wheeler, useless, my little dog Pockets, company mascot,
Pockets.
and Hook, because I don't think there's a shitty thing about Hook yet.
I don't think there is.
But you know what the shitty thing is? What Excalibur actually calls him, which is the cold-hearted, handsome devil, which is so stupid. It's like
they're not saying that stupid shit on fucking Collision.
It's like All right, maybe, you know what? We're gonna switch your Eagles hat out for a Collision hat next week.
Yeah, I'm a Collision guy.
He's
now.
a Collision guy.
Guess
He's a
what?
collider.
I'm back to being. I always been a Collision guy. When CM Punk was there, I was a Collision guy. Now CM Punk's gonna come back. I'm going back to Collision because I'm a Collision guy.
Wow. I hear voices in my head.
Swerve. Next up was a Swerve and Adam Page segment. I thought it was an okay promo.
You didn't even
from
answer
Page.
my question, Joe.
Wait, what was? I'm sorry. What was the question?
Out of those 4 wrestlers, John Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, Orange Cassidy, and Hook, who is your favorite?
That's a rough fucking.
And I don't even want to hear
I hate
it
all
in,
4 of those motherfuckers.
I don't even want to hear it in AEW context. Think about their entire indie career, shows that you've been to where they've wrestled.
I guess Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, if you really think about the body of
He's
work.
Fire Ant.
Yeah, and how fun he was on the indies, the Nick Gage sunglasses. Yeah, I got to go Orange too.
Yeah.
It's important to realize how dope Orange was for a long time before he became Tony Khan's teacher's pet.
What'd you think of Adam Page's promo?
I fucking hate Adam Page with all the fucking energy in my heart. He, to me, is the lamest guy ever. I fast forwarded. I was trying to skip to the Sega Genesis match, which we'll get to. But talk to me about
Adam.
No, wait, you gotta
Adam
give it to me. Tell me what happened with Adam Page, because
I don't know. I just said it was a lame segment, and I moved on.
Him and Swerve yelled at each other, right?
And then he attacked. He's like, I can't attack you, but I can attack Nana. And then Nana was like,
right. They've made Nana
just kept doing this and doing this.
I know that Nana is dancing this way constantly because he understands what makes him money. But like, I've been hating it. It's like he's just like the dancing man, and I fucking hate that for him.
The meme, dancing.
Yeah,
meme.
he's the meme.
Yeah, just another video call segment with Adam.
That's another. I fucking hate that. I hate that so much. Do you have thoughts on that?
Fuck no, it's stupid. No.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's
Sky
literally the
Blue.
worst shit.
In the battle of the colors,
This
Sky
fucking
Blue
guy
defeated-
in a wheelchair screaming Adam is the stupidest fucking shit
I'm
ever.
trying to get through all the shitty shit.
It's the shittiest
because we have a
shit.
lot to talk about. So.
Adam! It's so fucking dumb. I fucking hate it. I really cannot stress to you enough how much I fucking hate hearing that guy scream Adam. And I hate anybody who thinks it's good. And I hate them for thinking it's good. I fucking hate everybody who thinks this is good. This is the stupidest fucking shit I've ever fucking seen in my life, dude. I'm not even kidding. And the slow motion Giancarlo videos of like Roderick Strong shouting Adam to Adam Cole as he's walking, move my friend, all these fucking videos, this whole fucking
Yeah, they don't do those. It's just these stupid backstage ones.
Oh my God. And Adam's like calling in on Zoom. There's like a TV ready for him when he
Yeah,
calls
it's so
it,
weak.
and he's like growing his beard, and it's like
The devil.
Yeah, there's
The
supposed
devil
to be
grows
like,
his beard.
There's supposed to be like Easter eggs and breadcrumbs and all these fucking inside. This shit is the stupidest fucking shit I've ever seen. All right, I'm sorry, Joe.
Sky Blue defeats Red Velvet.
Okay, so this is the clip I sent you.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so yeah, but Pat sent me a clip of just an amazing exchange via of Sky Blue and Red Velvet, and I proceeded to say that they should have rode the hot hand with Sky Blue's what was it, 2.5 million fucking whatchamacallit for real. What was that? Are we okay? Are we still on the air here?
We are
hear
still.
me?
Yes, of course I can hear you, Joe.
Are you okay? Everything all right?
Yeah, I kicked a thing.
Oh, okay. I thought we were like off the air.
No, we're not off the air. My microphone things did a thing. So let's talk about this for a second. We got plenty of time, Joe. We got plenty of time.
Okay, no problem.
I got to talk about this Sky Blue Red Velvet thing because I'm just scrolling through. I didn't watch any of Dynamite because we were doing the show last night. And I'm on AEW's Instagram, and it's like this reel with no music. It's like live footage of Sky Blue. Yeah, and it's like you can hear, it's almost like you could hear that the ring is mic'd, and you could hear a pin drop, and they're going, huh, and they're doing the softest, stupidest shit. And then like before the backflip, like Sky Blue like shimmies. Like, you know, Velvet Sky does like the standing moonsault, and she's like shimmying. And it's really, like you said, incredible exchange. And I messaged it to you. I'm like, why would you post this?
The Sky Blue's popular, but then they're trying to get her wrestling over. They need to get her over for other reasons. That's all the marks care about.
Right. It's the only thing. And you know what?
The Scooby-Doo gear.
There's plenty of other ways to highlight her entertainment value other than like a 5-minute fucking like crowd is dead horrible wrestling exchange with a known horrible wrestler.
Someone coming in on a call right now?
The hell?
We got hacked.
You know, I think I blame Brian.
Who did you send this to?
Well, how do I fucking remove? There we go. Well, we were trying to test next Tuesday we have Necro Butcher on the show, and Necro Butcher can only communicate with us through telephone number.
Oh, and that was his number there.
So we're
you just doxed him live on the air.
No. No. That was the number. I don't know what number that was.
It's like
Brian says it works. Hey, Brian, you know what? Shout out to you for deciding to test that for no reason during this show.
Yeah. Shout out to that.
Yeah, thank you so much, dude.
Never do that ever again.
Yeah,
this is like an actual outlined, well-produced show here.
Yeah, and thank you so much for just deciding to do that in the middle of me doing this thing. Wow, thank you. Because moments before we went on the air, I said to you, we can figure this out later.
We may need to start blocking certain numbers during our show or something.
Wow, that really just angers me so much to such a degree.
Get yourself over, brother. So, Rob
Black doesn't come on for another 10 minutes. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think.
Maria May and a Tony Storm segment. I wrote her character is already being killed already. Hopefully the in-ring saves it.
What's going on with her? RJ City is her manager?
No. RJ City is just the liaison between Maria, the Mark May, and Tony Storm.
And what is their relationship?
It's just like a Mickey James Trish Stratus angle.
I
went to Stardom. She went to, and then I went to Stardom. She went to Stardom and became the champ. I went to Stardom and became the champ. She went to AEW and became the champ.
So Maria May is the stalker?
Yeah, it sounds like it, but she's really annoying with it.
Why would you? Tony Storm just got over with this black and white gimmick she's doing. Why would you give her a stalker gimmick, too?
I don't know.
Maria May can come in as her own thing.
Opens the dressing room door.
Luther the
That's all-
bald guy?
Yeah, it's her. Did you just watch AEW or just like fast forwarded there?
I fast forwarded. I wanted to get to the Sega Genesis match.
Yeah. The
I love Sega.
Genesis match.
Yeah.
It's like a Sega Genesis, brother. Yeah. So she was just like Tony's like lying down like this, like on a love seat, and I don't know. She was just a mark to Tony, and another segment ended. That was it.
Yeah, that sounds like a very weird way to bring a very highly and hotly contested free agent international female wrestler into the company by just making her stalk somebody who already had a good gimmick that didn't need a stalker. Like, you know what I mean? The stalker gimmick is for
Cokehead
both.
booking the show. I mean, it is what it is.
Do you really think that Tony Khan does cocaine?
You watch the show? Samoa Joe defeats John Cruz.
Oh, John Cruz.
Joe is inevitable. He was told that to MJF after the match.
Love Samoa Joe. Shout outs.
Halfway through and show sucks per usual. No Renee, which is a plus.
Wow, so I'm hurting. I am hurting.
Already
right
an
now.
hour in. Yeah.
There's no way I'm hitting.
You're gonna need Renee in every segment.
Damn it! There's no way I'm hitting this.
Bucks defeat Pentagon and Commander.
Yeah,
Is
who
the
cares?
BTE trigger, the worst finisher in AEW.
Let me really think about what the worst finisher in AEW
I also
is.
say Matt Jackson signs a Jordan 1 sneaker. He also attacks Chris Jericho next in the backstage segment. He's over it. He wants his butt buddy back.
Who's his butt buddy?
Omega.
Everything's all about feelings with these fucking guys.
Yeah, I mean they're fucking children. But yeah, worst finisher like BTE trigger. Oh, and they just like kind of lean into the opponent, and that's it. Meanwhile, Kenny's version of the trigger is like one of those brutal fucking things.
That is one of the magic
Fucking
tricks.
Destroys people.
Yeah,
with
that is one of the last magic tricks in wrestling. Like, how does he run as fast as possible and not murder them with his knee? Or is the trick that he does?
I think he kind of does. Especially some of them ones when a guy's leaning on the middle rope,
Yeah.
facing like to the side of the rope, maybe, or even like out to the outside and certain camera angle.
Yo, shout out Steve. Bald Steve in the house. Shout out I Got Character Productions. Yo, there is about 10 hours of Boulevard Bullies content. Well, 7 hours after tonight on YouTube from this week. And I highly implore all of you to watch it when you're driving to, from, getting fired from work. Go sit in the bathroom for 45 minutes. Pretend you have diarrhea. Watch a video. Watch a quick segment. Let's get those watch hours up. Thanks for joining us. New topic this week. TV wrestling sucks.
New topic, right? The Guns squashed a random team within seconds. The fans keep yelling "suck it" every time they try to get the Guns up thing over. Like, if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. The crowd goes "suck it," and they go "Guns up." And they can't get it over. Oh man, I just think it's so funny. They've been trying like week in, week out to get the Guns up thing, and they're just like, God's like, suck it.
We got 2 words for you. Guns up. Wow.
Wardlow is pissed.
Oh, he's going to find the devil, and he's going to make him his bitch.
Oh yeah.
Who's writing this stuff?
Next up was the
I'm gonna make you my bitch.
the like a Sega Genesis Street Fight.
Yo, all right. Now this is what I'm talking about.
So
Joe.
I guess they were promoting Like a Dragon, which used to be the Yakuza series, right?
Joe. Have you ever played Yakuza?
No, but Yakuza Like a Dragon is on my wish list.
Well, take it off of your wish list and put any of the other games on it. You could go anywhere from 0 to 1, because there was 1, and then there was like 2, 3, and then they did a 0, and then they did like a 4, 5, 6. These are all like 180-hour games.
Yeah, but they're not the all right. So not this Like a Dragon. The first one they called Yakuza Like a Dragon. was an RPG, a turn-based RPG.
Well, it wasn't
turn-based before. It was like a fighter.
Yes. Joe, I'm right there with you, and I was also sucked into that marketing ploy
of these turn-based.
I was like, oh, it's Yakuza, but fucking turn-based. I'm in. No, Joe. No, they lied to us. They lied to us.
It was turn-based though.
It was turn-based, but it really wasn't like well done or good in any way. In my opinion.
The you weren't into like using dildos as weapons and stuff like that?
Yeah, but there's, like things like that where I want to throw a bicycle through a storefront window and then pick up a dildo. I don't want to turn-based that kind of action. I want to do that and like smash them, beat them up real time.
Like just go do it. Like,
just like,
instead
exactly.
of being like,
yeah, exactly. Like, and Joe, you know that I love me some turn-based. I fucking sign up for turn-based no matter what.
My turn now.
Yeah.
Your
time is up. My turn is now.
I got a lot of notes for this match.
All right. So basically, let me just set it up though.
All right, go ahead.
They are okay. If you could imagine the Day of the Dead zombie WWE match, specialty advertising match. If what else did they do? They did the Bray Wyatt LA.
That was
Knight.
a Day of the Dead match, the one that had the zombies on the outside.
Yes, and I think it was like the Miz and somebody else.
Yeah, it was really bad.
And a friend of the Bullies, Joe Gacy, was one of the zombies. They had a bunch of NXT guys. And then the Mountain Dew blackout match between LA Knight and Bray Wyatt. Like every so often, and more in WWE, these things come along where it's like, it's a Hell in the Cell, sponsored by the Pope's Exorcist. Sponsored by Cinnamon Toast. Dude, the WrestleMania match between father versus son, Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio Jr. It was sponsored by Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and both guys had to walk out and interact with a guy in a big foam Cinnamon Toast Crunch outfit. Okay? This is the level that we're at with the advertising. So this match was the Sega Genesis presents Yakuza Like a Dragon Street Fight. Right, Joe? Am I on point here with this?
Yeah, sorry. I just saw that the football game got delayed for some reason.
Did somebody die?
I also saw that Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews are out of the game as well for some reason. Kind of sounds like everything kind of went to shit really quickly. Weather delay.
Oh, I knew to take the under.
No, never mind. It's not a weather delay. Sorry.
I take the over. I take the over with Renee, and I take the under on Thursday Night Football. Those are my gambling rules, if you had to follow any rules.
Go ahead.
So anyway, this match was the Sega Genesis presents Yakuza Like a Dragon Street Fight. And it was, Kenny Omega's a huge video game nerd. So it was Kenny Omega, Chris Jericho, Kota Ibushi, and The Big Show, Paul White.
Someone is flying a drone in the stadium. And that's why someone flew a drone into the game, and that's why they stopped it.
You think we should stay with this? You think this is going to be like some kind of Pulitzer Prize winning live journalism here?
I think just someone is fucking with the NFL. I think it's funny.
That's what they want you to think. It's a work.
Sorry to keep interrupting. It was just
it's all right.
Fascinating.
I could see that you're thirsting for a 9/11 to happen right now for the Thursday Night Football game, just because you took the under.
Why does this always happen when you're around? Remember when the what's his face?
Damar Hamlin.
Yeah, and you were like, "Oh my God, put it on!" And like, I was at work and I put it on and I said, "Oh, they didn't even have the game on." You were the one that informed me. And I was like, I ran out.
Was I streaming at the time?
No,
did I text you?
No. You texted me and I ran out of the kitchen at work and made him put it on the TV at the bar.
Yeah, the fucking guy died. No, you took the over. You took the under, so you're sitting there hoping for 9/11. Don't even lie. Fucking weirdo Eagles fan. All right, so Yakuza Like a Dragon, presented by Sega Genesis, presented by AEW. It was one team of Chris Jericho, Kota Ibushi, Kenny Omega, and then The Big Show, Paul White, coming out of retirement. And they all wore suits like they were in Reservoir Dogs, or they were like characters from the Vigia game. And then I guess they didn't have enough guys for the bad guy team, so they did Takashita.
Take a shit.
Who else? Who else, Joe?
It's Don Callis family. So
No, but it was Don Callis family plus Brian Cage.
isn't he in the family?
No, because Prince Nana and Don Callis made a deal.
Oh, my bad. So yeah, it's Brian Cage, Takeshita, who's the English chap?
Oh, what's his name? Sky Blue's boyfriend.
Him.
Got himself over with that pool photo.
Oh yeah. And someone who died. He got thrown off the ring. Trying to think who else is in this match.
Yeah, who's like Don Callis' main bad guy? It's not Sammy Guevara, is it?
No. Well, no, he's with them. He hasn't even been around now that I think about it. Oh, maybe he's on a paternity. But yeah. Continue.
So anyway, it was just a video game sponsored match that had all the makings of a shit show, and I needed to watch it because I knew it was going to be shit, and it was shit. Please continue, Joe.
So yeah.
Hobbs. It was Hobbs.
That's right, Hobbs. My bad. Good luck, Larry.
was
Team
Hobbs.
Golden Jets, we'll call him, defeats Team Callis. Paul White can't even move off the stage. So he says, screw it, and goes backstage.
Well, he got body slammed onto a windshield. Okay, go ahead.
Ibushi throwing feather punches. There's a lot of notes. Ibushi throwing feather punches. Big Show gets murdered on a car bump. Don Callis says, it's been a good career for Paul White.
Which was like fact, kind of, because
he literally took Show and scoop slammed him off like a shipping container on top of like a windshield of a fucking just a random like car.
Real glass, cry me a river.
So for everyone saying that he couldn't move, including me, he just took a huge fucking bump onto a fucking car.
He's got a concussion, apparently.
A second later, Jericho takes a DDT on a sofa. Did you see that one? It was like an L-shaped sofa, and then like take a shit like double arm DDT'd him into the sofa cushion.
I was
like fucking wrestling on the fucking couch with him.
I was locked into this, and just to talk about Paul White. Oh, apparently Sammy's got a concussion.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
I thought Paul White had a concussion after taking that bump, but yeah. So Paul White. Last week when they announced him, I don't know if it was on Collision or Dynamite, when they announced him as like the fourth man, he could barely saunter his way.
Yeah, he's just like yeah.
Yeah, he finally walks like his song sounds.
No more BS. Omega also breaks his neck on a reverse German. Did you see this? So he I think it was Hobbs or someone tried to throw. No, Brian Cage. He tried to throw him, and he fucking he almost double clutched the fucking flip over out of the German.
Insane.
Landed on his fucking shoulders, basically. Bottle used and doesn't break. It just got crunched. Did you notice that? The gimmick bottle that he hit Kyle Fletcher with, I think it was. The bottle didn't explode and break like I guess glass would. You know, it just ended up being it just went.
Well, just to go back to that Big Show bump on the real glass, Cry Me a River. We were so we were talking about it off stream, and it's like, I bet Paul White was standing there listening to all these guys. They're all standing there calling the match, right? All 8 of these guys are standing in a circle calling a match. And whoever the referee was probably being a part of it. Everybody's all excited about this fucking Sega Genesis match, right? And Paul White's probably yeah, brother, I got a little bit left in me. I want to take a crazy bump like one of you guys.
It's like when I took the bump with the Hulkster off the roof in WCW Nitro. Wasn't that him?
You know, I
It
don't
was
know
like
if you
a
know
fucking
this, but
giant like monster truck thing, and Big Show fell off the
yeah,
roof
he
or
took the
some
bump
shit.
off the building.
So I was like, I took a brother. I've taken a bump off a roof on
of
my
a
truck.
fucking building of a.
I fell off a fucking building, brother. I could fall,
I could just
fall off
see
the
him-
shipping container.
I could just see him getting like so caught up and enthused by the energy in the
Yeah.
room
I
that he
got
goes,
this.
"Yo, I want to. I'm gonna take one." And probably Jericho's like, "Yeah, brother, you're gonna go viral, brother." You know, and they're probably all gassing him up, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this." And he saunters his way out to the ring, and they slam him through a fucking car windshield.
Did you see the choke slam too, right off the bat, off the stage? It was just like.
like fuck. This.
There was also a tombstone through a bento box advertisement. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
They put like 5 chairs all facing in on each other, and then put the bento like the advertisement, which was basically like a gimmick table, and then they did a apron tombstone to the outside, but all the chairs were too close, and I could have been. It looked pretty unsafe.
Who
be
did
honest.
what to whom there?
I think it was Fletcher to somebody, maybe Ibushi.
Didn't they also wasn't
Bushi
Chris,
always disappears in these matches he's always in. You know,
he's a great athlete and an amazing wrestler, but he just has this look on his face like he's extremely confused.
But yeah, the Jericho's team won that, but it means nothing. That wasn't the main event. The main event was Mid JF promo to finish the show with Jay White, and they just got stomped out, and the show's over.
Well, I was a huge fan of this, Like a Dragon Sega Genesis fucking Street Fighter specialty match.
There was a few points for the show. I noticed no Edge, second week in a row on Dynamite. No Renee.
Is he on Collision?
He's on Rampage. I think they're putting Edge, Renee, FTR this week at least. Sting and Darby and Christian all on Rampage.
Huh?
They weren't on Dynamite, and it's the go home for Full Gear, and they're on the pay-per-view.
Is Full Gear this week?
Full Gear is this week, yeah.
Sunday?
Saturday the 18th.
Oh my God, that's 2 days from now.
Let's
run it down. Let's break it down.
Yeah, I got the whole thing here. 0 Hour is MJF again by himself. Versus the Guns for the ROH World Championship.
Okay.
So is someone going to show up? I think they're just going to put the belts on the Guns.
MJF loses opening match. So they're doing it again. He's got a match at the pay-per-view, and
Unless
he's doing
Cole
0.
just shows up, or someone they have some sort of lame replacement. But
Huh. What about the Max Caster and those guys? Aren't they friends with Max now?
that's true. But aren't they in the match?
I think they got beat up by the Devils. They got put in the hospital by the Devil.
Yeah, they're not. Doesn't look like they were on the show. But yeah, I guess that's the only match on 0 Hour. They might be on. They might do 2 matches or something like that. It's also in Los Angeles, by the way. This thing is not in like card order, so I'm gonna do my best to try to like, you know how they do it like main event at the top, and then like this is just like all like skewed everywhere. AEW World Tag Team Championships. Who the fuck is in this? Ricky Starks and Big Bill versus FTR versus what looks like, I need a text version of this, versus House of Black versus Roosh, and I assume is, can I click on this? Jesus Christ, I need a text version
This
of
is
this.
a 4-way. There's a fatal 4-way for the AEW Tag Team Championships.
I mean, I guess they've been promoting. I think there was a promo on Dynamite this week with the Big Bill, or was that last week? I don't know. Trio match: Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne versus Edge, Sting, and Darby.
Classic.
Tony Storm's Hollywood Homecoming, the Quest for Gold at Full Gear versus Hikaru Shida.
So that's her. It's just a championship match.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, it was a whole other bracket showing her, and how maybe it's going to be a pompous circumstance with her being in LA. and
Yeah,
returning to Hollywood.
and she should just like win. She should just win. Like, don't overthink it. Like, just have her win.
Let me bring this over here. Women's match. It is a 3-way: Julia Hart versus Chris Statlander versus Sky Blue. Whatever. Then you have the Texas Death Match with Hangman versus Swerve Strickland. The International Championship at Orange Cassidy versus John Moxley. There's all these numbers. I think they're putting numbers like this is Orange Cassidy versus John Moxley 2. This is Swerve Strickland versus Adam Page 2.
Huh?
They're big into numbers and statistics.
Yeah, that mean nothing.
Yeah. Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho versus the Young Bucks. That's just, there's no title or anything. And then that's it besides the main event, which is MJF versus Jay White.
For the World's Championship title.
Correct. And then also the Devil thing is looming. And there's also apparently a big signing that is in. A big
signing of a free agent.
Yeah, Tony Khan. It was They spoke to him and he's like, he's a big signing. It's a big signing. Sammy Callahan, everybody. It's gonna be. That's what's funny about it.
No, it's not. Who's it gonna be?
It
doesn't even matter. They signed Edge and nobody cared. So who could it be?
Osprey, but I think someone already debunked that.
Huh. And they just signed Kota Ibushi after Wednesday.
Yeah.
And you know what else too? Like, just because somebody gets signed, it like means
Larry said
nothing.
Austin Aries is a free agent.
Yeah, Billy Starks is wrestling in ROH. Think about women. Who could be a female signee? What if it's Cardona?
You know I'd mark out for that.
David Finlay.
That's pretty weak.
That is extremely weak. I could care less.
DraftKings does have their pool open. I'm bringing it up now for the
Oh my
main
God,
event.
I'm signing into DraftKings right now, Joe.
What's
going on with can you give us a quick update on the terrorist activity of the football game?
It looks like they resumed play. It's 10-14 Ravens. They're about to hit the half. But all my bets died because all my players got injured. All right, so when you roll up DraftKings, this is what it looks like. I think we've done this on the show before.
I do have 9 cents in my account. I'm 1 cent short of making.
You don't need
bet.
to bet on this. This is a free pool.
Well, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. I have 0 in my account.
Oh, Joe bottomed out. He bottomed out.
Bottomed out everything. So basically, usually sometimes for the whole card or for one match, you go through all these like stipulations of how many pinfalls, who hits a move first, who's going to win, and the person with the most correct answers gets just, it depends all like how many people get the most answers right, I guess, and then you get like a small payout, and it's all based on how many people get the how many answers right, and it's all based out of like 25,000.
Right. So there's $25,000 to give away, but like 10,000 people get first place. So
not
it's
even
like,
first place. That's like sometimes I think the last one they did, only one person got the top one right, and they got like they only got like
1,000, right, or something like that.
No, I think it was like $100 because it gets divided by how many other people enter and how many of those people, how many. It's very
right.
It's a very complicated.
and
like,
that's
I don't
what I'm
even understand it at all.
Right now, it's
all
a
depends on what they get.
$25,000 pool, and there are 24,582 entries.
Exactly, and it's only going to get more and more popular. It isn't like the pot gets bigger.
Yeah, it's like you and 150 other people win first place, and you all get $8.
Yeah, like I've won these before, and it's been like 25 cents, $7, and the biggest one I ever won was like $22.
Hey, listen, you could turn $7 into $48 real quick with an anytime touchdown, and then
a few hands of blackjack.
Then we just keep it moving. All right,
All right,
Joe, walk us through it here.
It's going to be MJF versus JYAW Full Gear Pool. Question by question, we're going to do here. Who will win, MJF or Jay White?
I'm already locked in. I know what my answer is.
MJF.
Absolutely. No question.
How will the match end? Pinfall, submission, or DQ?
I'm going to go pinfall. Absolutely.
Will Adam Cole interfere during or after the match?
During or after?
These are very important, by the way. Like words like or, during, after, first, things like that.
During or after?
I think that's yes. It's got to be a yes, right?
Huh. Let me think about this.
During or after is a nice blanket of safety, I think.
Okay, man, I really got to think about this. Or after. Ooh.
It's not. No. The question isn't during or after. It's
no. It's like either
yes
one.
No.
Either one. Yeah. No, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Because during,
it's like getting the over or under basically in one fucking bet. You don't have to guess one or the other.
No, I know, but I'm just thinking because if I was going to bet during, I'd say no. If I was going to be after, I maybe like mostly no, but a little yes. So that's what I'm saying. What did you say, Joe? I'm going to do the
you say yeah,
opposite.
Of course. It's during or after.
What did you say? No?
No, I said yes.
I'm saying no.
You're saying no? Okay.
Yeah.
This might be the one that decides everything.
I'm saying no because I think, I don't think it's time yet.
Will Bullet Club Gold interfere with the match?
Yes.
Yes or no? I'll say yes, sure. Which move will be hit first, the Heat Seeker or the Kiwi Crusher?
What the fuck is the Kiwi Crusher?
It's the its finisher is the Sling Blade,
which is the Bray Wyatt move, right?
No, not the Sling Blade, the Blade Runner. The Shell Shock.
The Sling Blade Runner.
The Sling Blade is the fucking one that Pentagon and fucking
oh, right, okay.
Do.
Okay, yeah, but it's a Sister Abigail Blade Runner.
Yeah, sure.
And what is the Kiwi Crush again now?
The Kiwi Crusher is the like underhook leg, like driver. You like hook one leg around the other, and then you pick the guy up, and then you just kind of like.
Huh. I am gonna go with
It's they call it that because he's from New Zealand.
I'm gonna go with the Heat Seeker.
That's gonna be hit first.
I don't know because
Usually he does the Heat Seeker and the match is over. That's the thing. They protect that move. I'm gonna go with Kiwi Crusher.
I'm going Heat Seeker.
Okay. Who will attempt the first pinfall? MJF or Jay White?
Huh. I mean, I guess you could just flip a coin on this one.
I'll say Jay White.
What do you think the story of the match will be? You know, it's like, who will attempt the first? Yeah, probably Jay.
Story of the match is get to the run-ins. That's basically what it is. Will MJF use his diamond ring as a weapon? See, this is confusing. This is where they get people. Sometimes he puts it on and he doesn't get the opportunity to use it. Like they catch him with the ring, or he misses it and doesn't use it. You know, he misses the punch or whatever.
So
like
if
that.
any of those things happened, it would be a no because he hadn't used it. He tried to use it.
Yeah, and that's how they fuck you. They fuck you really good on these things too.
So we basically both agree that do we both think that he's going to try to use it?
I think so. I think he always tries to use it. You're not on the level of the devil.
All right, I'm going yes. Will he successfully use it? You know what? I'm going yes.
Will MJF use his diamond ring as a weapon? That's
I think he's gonna fucking pop him in the fucking temple about it. And you know what? And now I'm gonna switch my answer back to Kiwi Crusher because I think he's gonna end the match with the ring to the head.
Will either participant physically confront will either participant physically confront another wrestler after the final bell? Will either participant physically confront another wrestler? after the bell.
Hey, if you're looking at Jedi Joe's screen, how creepy would it be if like some kind of ghost or ghoul walked down the stairs right now? Like how fucking awesome. We should like plan some shit like that. Hey,
Well, like down
by
the
the way,
steps.
Sean, Larry, everybody, thanks for watching. If you have a question, you don't have to put into the chat, I have a question. You can just ask the question right in the chat.
Instead, you have to go Boulevard Bullies / tip and put the fucking question.
That's right. That's
like
get your
the money
goddamn right. On this show, the only way to
Super
ask
chat.
a fucking question is to tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Good.
We only
good-
respond to super
Yeah,
chats.
we only respond to super chats. We got
Uh,
gambling debts to pay.
After
Debts
so
that no
will any-
honest man
will
can
either
pay.
participant physically confront
So I
another
put
wrestler
what I
after the bell?
had
Just say
from
yes.
my central trust, and I took myself 2 tickets on that Grove City bus. And I'm saying everything dies, baby. That's a fact. And maybe everything that dies someday comes back. And put your makeup on and fix your hair up pretty and meet me tonight in Atlantic City. Joe, where were we here?
Well, and that's the last question. What'd you pick on that one?
Okay, so will either participant physically confront another wrestler after the final bell?
Well,
All right, well, this one's tied to the Adam Cole question, isn't it?
or it
Number
could be
2
whoever
is
the devil is. It could be the devil. It could be Adam Cole. It could be any of those people on that list. It could be CM Punk.
Well, number 2 is will Adam Cole interfere during or after the match? So if you believe that he will interfere during or after, you got to believe that either participant will physically confront. And what really is the definition of physically confront? Are we talking a hug? Are we talking a face-off? Are we talking actual moves back and forth?
This is how DraftKings fucks with people. It's so fucking vague, these questions. You know, like what is considered a quality? It's just like with the Orange Cassidy kicks. When he only actually kicked like Moxley, like the lazy kicks, you know, he only did like 1 or 2, and then he went into like legit kicks, but they counted them all as lazy kicks. And it completely fucked everyone's parlays up or everyone's pull up. They said he did 11 lazy kicks. I mean, all the lazy kicks were like him fucking bashing Moxley in the fucking face.
All right, I'm
It's not a
changing my
lazy
whole
kick.
fucking lineup here. I'm going to actually
Yeah,
change
all right. I
2.
figured that was coming.
I'm changing 2 to will Adam Cole interfere during or after? I'm going to say yes. And then I'm going to go, will either participant physically confront another wrestler? Yes. Because I think I'm just going to now, based on these questions, convince myself that they are pulling the Adam Cole is the devil trigger on this show. 100%.
So you think it's going to be Adam Cole? You're taking the best odds.
So I'm going to go ahead and lock in my picks, Joe.
Who is your pick? I locked mine in already. Who is your pick for the devil?
Well, let's go through the odds first because you did such a good job of compiling. Basically, if you want to know about sports gambling, you could watch this show. But if you wanted to know, like Jedi Joe is the premier pro wrestling handicapper on the planet. We got the Renee Moxley good over-unders, which he
He
constantly...
wasn't on the whole show, I think.
The house always wins on the Moxley good over-unders. And now you've compiled odds on who is the devil. Do you want to walk us through this here?
I don't want to go through every one of them, but I got Adam Cole, who has the best odds at plus 300. Jack Perry plus 4. Mustafa Ali at 4.5. Britt Baker 5-1. I put CM Punk at 6-1. Wardlow 7-1. Samoa Joe 8-1.
The Wardlow has been all but disproven.
Okay.
So we can update that and take Wardlow off the board because this week they said that he said he was going to make the devil his bitch. And basically then they came back from like that package and we're like, well, we know that Wardlow's definitely not the devil, but, you know, he's got to settle to score or score to settle.
Adam Page at 10-1. Malachi Black at 10.25. This is when it gets like kind of just like fined, you know, whatever. Nick Jackson 10.5. Matt Jackson. Just keep going and going. Eventually, Brian
is my
Danielson,
favorite one.
17-1. Edge 20-1.
And this is my favorite.
Wheeler
here.
Yuta. 1,001.
Wheeler Yuta, 1,100,000 to win. I gotta put $1 on. I'll take my 9 cents and put it on that one.
It was me.
It was Wheeler Yuta the whole time.
Oh man, that would be so fucking whack.
Well, I mean, if it's Jungle Boy, and I really agree with these first few that you did. Adam Cole 3-1, Jack Perry 4-1, Britt Baker 5-1, CM Punk 6-1. I love those odds. I think that's correct.
I'm taking CM Punk 6-1.
CM Punk 6-1. Yo, you were the one who finally shed some light on that idea to me. I'll tell you this: if it's Jack Perry, I'll fucking vomit.
I think it's a smaller guy. The one they had on with the mask on in the back, if it is that same person, like it's a smaller dude. It's like someone my size.
Well, that's why I'm saying Britt Baker. Maybe.
Britt Baker.
Britt Baker
Really?
needs something. She's got like nothing going on. So she needs to be like Adam Cole's like Dom. And like boss Adam Cole around and like lead and wrangle all the bad guys under her like rule and be like the NWO leader of like the next big fucking thing, featuring Adam Cole not being injured, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe here's what happens. Ready? I'm feeling his prediction here. Adam Cole comes out as if he's gonna help MJF. Or maybe he does help MJF. And Adam Cole turns on Max right there with no mask on, crutches off. He's not injured, right? And then maybe Roddy goes, Adam, right? And then then Roderick Strong comes out and they hug. So like at the same time in the finish to fuck Max. No, Max wins. With the help of Roddy and Adam, both injured. And then at the same time, Roddy and Adam, long-term storytelling, brother, they recreate the Kevin Nash getting out of the fucking wheelchair shit. Because they live and die by fucking memes. They can't have an original fucking thing. So they recreate that. And both of them reveal that they were faking an injury to fuck Max, right? And even though Max won, they're beating the shit out of him. Then lights go red. New weird music.
Lights go red, not black?
I don't know, whatever it does. The devil comes out, and then it's Britt. Or maybe they're injured, the devil comes out, Britt reveals herself, they get up and kill him. That's what's happening.
So then they're Adam and Cole. Adam Cole and Roderick join Britt. Is that what you're saying?
Right. It's like the what is it? The White Kingdom, the White Castle.
I call it the Undisputed Kingdom.
The Undisputed Kingdom and Adam Cole are all evil people now, and they're led by the devil Britt Baker. That is my official bet at. Hold on, what was the odds on Britt?
And they do the Kane Pyro.
And they do Kane Pyro, yeah.
Oh, motherfucker. Oh, my God. This is the new era of AEW.
And your new favorite commentator, Tony Schiavone, ushers in.
Yeah. He's like, oh, my God.
I think we figured
this
it out.
This is a dark day. Maybe they'll hang, because you know how Britt Baker has history with Schiavone. Maybe
they'll fuck up Schiavone like 8. That'll be the ultimate fucking sacrifice.
Maybe you know how like 8. Do you remember old angle when Age of the Fall showed up and they hung Briscoes like Jay Briscoe up, God rest his soul, Jay Briscoe up by like his knees, by his legs, and hung him over the ring. Oh my God! And they covered him with like fake blood.
Okay, so I am going to make an executive decision here, and you had Wardlow at plus 700. I'm going to replace that with David Finlay at plus 700 because there have been rumblings of him. I think that if it's Jungle Boy or David Finlay.
No Ospreay as the devil?
Or Ospreay. I think if it's anybody except Adam Cole, Britt Baker, CM Punk, it is a massive L. So I'm going to go ahead and definitely
Jack
take.
Perry.
You can lock me in at Britt Baker plus 500. Larry is saying Ali is the devil.
Yeah, Mustafa Ali.
So you had
That was
Mustafa Ali at what odds? I don't have it here.
Like 4.5 to 1 or something.
All right, so a little bit less likely than Jungle Boy, but more likely than CM Punk and David Finlay. I might even put David Finlay ahead of CM Punk, like plus 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so you love CM Punk for this. Explain to me why, all the logic of why you think it's CM Punk at plus 6.
It'll explain to why the shows are so bad. Just so it could lead up to this point.
Because they
And
just
usher in a new era for AEW.
So they were like, yo, we are going to have the best surprise of all time because we did legally fire this guy. And our shows could be bad for like 4 months because he's eventually coming back. We're good.
Yep. There's also another one. It's like, will CM Punk show up here? Will CM Punk show up at Survivor Series? Will CM Punk stay home? It's like plus 100 Survivor Series, plus 100 AEW, stay home, minus 120.
Huh. Well,
You might just stay the fuck home, bro.
okay, well, let me ask you this then. You're talking about him staying home. Does that mean that he actually was fired and they're renegotiating a thing? Or was it that the firing was part of this whole thing?
I don't know. All I know is if he shows up, he should be flanked by the Young Bucks.
Yeah, at plus 100,000, just like Wheeler.
Yeah, like
Yuta.
he shows up, and then it's like the Young Bucks are his minions, and then it's like a new ministry of like straight edge.
Oh, that would be dope too.
Oh,
Do you have any faith that they're going to do something anywhere near as cool as what we're hoping for and imagining?
nah, it's probably gonna be like Jack Perry and Mustafa. It's either gonna be Adam Cole, Jack Perry, or Mustafa Ali.
Or David Finlay.
Wait, we don't even know if it's actually going to happen at this pay-per-view. Because they're saying someone else is also going to show up, but then that all person could also be the devil. Like there's so many like fucking like the multiverse. There's so many
that's
fucking
true.
strings and
you know,
fucking like
they might it seems likely that they might keep the devil thing going.
but it's not like it's hot. It needs to end now.
Well, nothing's hot. And
it's like
and,
it's like the Dork Order. Remember that shit went on forever and it just was Luke Harper?
Well,
that shit was flatter than piss on a platter, bro. That shit was fucking whack.
To me, I think
God
that
rest his soul.
in my opinion, like the way I would want to view the story that they have,
honest opinion,
the way I would want to view the story that they have cooking is long-term storytelling. So I wouldn't pull the trigger right now on whoever the devil is. However, they have a rich history of pulling the trigger months early on things. So like the fact that the devil has kind of been going on for like 2 months, that's like an eternity to the coke-riddled mind, Joe.
yeah, he's like, I need to do it. I gotta pull the
trigger. Fuck it. Pull the trigger.
Fuck it. We'll do it live. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Oh man.
And think about it, like why would he have admitted to having the monitors fall on his lap and then fearing for his life? Like he didn't need to come out and do that. And he grew up watching Vince McMahon say Brett screwed Brett. So I think that there is a chance that he could think that he's the smartest.
He can pull off like the ultimate swerve ever in wrestling history.
Would it not be, if CM Punk was the devil, would it not be the dopest shit? I'd pop. I'd fucking kill it.
I think it's exactly what wrestling needs.
I agree.
Wrestling is pretty fucking whack right now. I know we're about to go to the road to WrestleMania, and that always gives it more juice. And we're about to head into arguably the biggest mania ever. But
that is true.
I think
when January
AEW needs it.
Yeah, when January Royal Rumble hits, our people's time is upon us, and we're on the road to WrestleMania. And the juice.
We're gonna have new graphics. We're gonna have like it's gonna be like a highway, behind us.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. And yo, and you know what? You're so
I'm
right,
on
dude.
a highway to hell. Highway to hell.
Eagles are gonna win the Super Bowl. WrestleMania is gonna be in Philadelphia.
Oh, did I message you about the Joel Embiid? He has away games those nights of Mania.
Well, he might get a hammy. Actually, he might catch a hammy. If you know
Maybe
what I
he'll
mean.
just be off those days, yeah. And then
Yeah, he might catch a hammy for Mania, dude.
he's all the way in Milwaukee and then San Antonio the other night.
Is he
So-
though? Is he?
Unless they do something big and fly him in like Jericho on a private jet.
I'm coming to boo. You remember when
What?
you remember when Tony Khan announced the Bucks player? What the fuck's the guy's name? Iguanas Akabidikaboo.
Oh, Giannis?
Giannis Akabidikaboo. That's
Yeah,
what
the guy in the
Tony
Bucks.
said. Yeah, and
Yeah.
when Tony announced, you've seen that meme?
No, I haven't. I didn't
With
he was in AEW?
Dude, Tony announced him and he's like, ladies and gentlemen, they were in Milwaukee. And he goes, Giannis Akabidikaboo. And it's like voice cracks and the whole shit, dude. It's awesome. It's awesome.
That's the only Shivani thing he does on Collision if he announces like Sting. That's or like other than that, he's all fucking business, all college.
Yeah, right. You're out of control. You were just super stoned or bored on a Saturday. You're just a chef. So you were home on a Saturday because usually your life on Saturday night at 8:00 is filled with hell. So just because you're home relaxing, watching TV, you could have watched anything and thought it was good. And you happen to be watching Tony Schiavone do commentary.
Yeah, now my life's awesome and I don't have to be grinding in restaurants anymore.
Now my life's awesome because Tony Schiavone finally figured out how to do play-by-play. Hell yeah. First down. Heat.
So that's pretty much it for wrestling for this week, right? Nothing else. Guess we'll just be back
Yeah.
next week.
I really loved your comments that you think that it needs to be Phil for wrestling and for AEW. And I agree with you. And you know what? That's the eye in the sky, pie in the sky prize. But I would take Adam. I would take Britt Baker.
Jack Perry.
No, Jack Perry would be a massive. It kind of looks
And then
like
he
him
does
too.
this.
Oh boy. So who knows? I mean, will they reveal it? I'll tell you this. I'll be on blank.blank/blank hotboxing the fuck out of that pay-per-view Sunday evening. I'll tell you that much, Joe.
Saturday.
Saturday, whatever.
Yeah, they do their shows on Saturday because they're cool.
Right, because all the cool kids stay in on Saturday night to watch a 4 out of 10 wrestling pay-per-view.
Yeah, well, I'm old, so that's all I got going on now.
Yeah, that's true. I'll probably do the same. Hey,
Anything else going on?
I was just going to sign us off. Larry's show is in an hour. So he's got All Holes Filled, which is the most disgusting show that you've ever heard in your life.
Where can we find that?
On YouTube somewhere. You just type it in. AHF.
I doubt I can find it. You know how YouTube is.
And I mean that in the best way. And you know what? Actually, I honestly, I reached out to them early on for romantic advice when I needed it the most. And they left me on red. And now look at me. I'm staying in on Saturday night to watch AEW pay-per-view in 720p.
Could be worse. It could be in 480.
It could always be worse. Hey,
That does it for us.
final thoughts, Joe.
Yeah, Phil Brooks. It's either Phil Brooks or bust for me. But we'll have a big show next week because we'll be talking about the fallout of a huge AEW long-term storytelling fallout.
Long-term storytelling is what this program's all about. So next week,
we're gonna have the fallout of this, and then we're gonna have Survivor Series preview.
and then the week after is Survivor Series review.
That's what I was saying. Like it was going to be a slow few weeks to begin the month, and then it was going to be some big shows. Some big shoes.
Some big
At the end
shoes
of the
to
month,
watch
so.
and some big shows to fill. Until next time, on behalf of Jedi Joe, I am myself, PK with the BLVD. And, this definitely has been Here Comes the Lame. And I think I am done for the week, Joe. I think I've finally completed.
Yeah, you were grinding all week. We
grinded all week. It's double ad revenue on Twitch this month. We're so close to the watch hours that we need on YouTube. And I was fucking grinding all week, and I think I'm about to shut it down, Joe.
Yeah, go get some rest, bro.
Hey, until next time, I'm Patrick with the Boulevard Bullies. That's Jedi Joe. Shout out Sean, Brian, Larry, Urka, Loganstein, Brian Vitko. We got fucking who the fuck else? I'm gonna scroll back all the way. Hold on.
Yeah, just scroll to name
We're gonna
drop.
scroll. We're gonna scroll a name drop here. We're keep going. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. All the people early on. Oh, I got Character Productions, of course. We got Bren, if he's watching this. All the people who watch after the fact. Shout out
Hit the like button.
all the Dallas Cowboys fans out there. All the fucking Philadelphia Eagle fans out there. Everybody out there. We love you so much. And Boulevard Bullies, you know what? We ain't going anywhere, y'all. Till next time, it's late!